What's good, everybody? It's Dede, and look, I know it's been a while since I've been on this channel, but look, that's cause if y'all really want to know where I'm at, I'm working on this gaming channel. You feel me? Blue Dede, just blue in the name, Dede. You feel me? You search that up, boom. That's the main channel, anyways. But nonetheless, we're gonna do a new thing today, and that's right. You read the title. We're reading Quora stories, or however you pronounce this website, cause I be doing this in my free time, and I be finding some crazy stuff. So we're gonna read them together. Like and subscribe, and on my block, and I spin it. All right, so today, let's see, bro. What was this one about? What advice did another parent give your child that made you furious? My daughter was at a Girl Scout meeting. She was apparently 10 years old. The leader asked her what she wanted to be when she grew up. She answered that she wanted to be a hairstylist. Keep in mind that two of our close relatives are beauticians and my grandfather was a barber. He said something like this: "No, you don't want to be a hairstylist. You want to do more with your life than that. You will need to go to college." That's nasty. Ew. Okay, there are several things that bother me about this. First, styling hair is a perfectly good profession. Our country will always need people to cut hair, so there will always be steady work. That's very true. There's an opportunity to control your own hours, 1000%. You can own your own business, which I mean that's a W by itself, honestly. Income can be very good if you are very talented, 100%. I don't like the idea of this person making a value judgment endorsing college professions over skilled trade professions. Okay, that's definitely, hey, person's definitely in the right, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. Besides, the role of adult leaders over 10 years old is to hear them, to encourage them that their thoughts about themselves and their future are worth listening to. I agree with that. It is actually devaluing and degrading for an adult to tell a child that her own ideas are stupid. I mean, that's kind of a reach to me, but I definitely agree with the degrading and like letting down, making the adult definitely made the child feel like you are basically telling the child that what they're striving for isn't good enough in a sense. I wouldn't say stupid though. Because I work with children for a living, I understand wanting to encourage young people to aim higher. But care must be taken not to, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I don't know how to pronounce that. Oh, y'all got caught lacking. Denigrate the child's own sense of what it means to aim higher. Undermining a child's own confidence takes what could have been a positive and turns into a negative. Wow. Okay, so I definitely agree with the reply to this, man. That was messed up, and I can't stand people like that who just believe college is the only answer. I don't even want to say college is the safest answer, to tell y'all the truth. Like, most people who are saying this, they're in a position where they can't even get financial aid or go to college on grants. I was blessed enough to go through that, but after I got my 2-year degree, I was like, I'm not passionate in it. And that's kind of the thing I want everybody to learn from me is like, do what you're passionate in. Just like how this little girl says she wanted to, be a hairstylist. Like, like do whatever you're passionate in, because the money will come, bro. Like, yeah, you're gonna have your little rough phase with it, but that's just a test phase to see if you're really about it. And that's when God gonna test you. God isn't gonna just hand you things, you're gonna actually have to work for it. So that's just when it comes to that. And for y'all who are like pressured into going to college and all that, don't know what to do with y'all lives, I'm sorry that your parents forced you into that. But at the end of the day, most of y'all are 18 years old and y'all have control of y'all own life. And sometimes you gotta just do that leap of faith. Like, even if you don't know what the consequences will be, even your parents will hate you forever, you truly gotta choose yourself first. Like, regardless, like your parents don't live your life. Nobody's expectations live your life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm glad. That's just wrong. And to tell a child all that, like, that's crazy. Like, oh, you want to go to college? Like, bro, let kids go to college on their free will. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't like it, they don't like it. If they not passionate, they not passionate. Especially nowadays, we're in an age where degrees are starting to get less valuable for sure. I got a whole associate's degree in computer science, and to be fair with y'all, sometimes I wonder if that's even worth more than my advanced diploma in high school. I'm not even gonna lie, but yeah, that's messed up. Yeah, that's wild for sure. Are high school relationships worthwhile? Okay, this is gonna be interesting. As a teenager myself, Okay, so we got a fresh perspective. I'll give my opinion on this after we read this. Who sees and knows most of the ins and outs of how it works and ends up? I can put myself into these shoes and give you what I feel about this subject. Trust me when I tell you this. Most of us get crushes. I guess you mean like, like a crush on somebody, like get feelings for people. There's nothing to feel ashamed of. It's human nature to fall for someone and feel attracted towards someone or something. Especially during high school when hormones are wild, we get crushes very often. Some people don't confess these feelings and move on. Some do confess to their crushes and end up in relationships. But here's the catch. These feelings aren't permanent. That's wise. That's very wise. Initial attraction, bro, it doesn't last that long. Most people feel these butterflies for a week or so, but still end up in a relationship. They just go for it. Once they lose all those love and affection, once they lose all those, okay, I did read that right. They turn bitter, and this relationship is nothing but shackles. You might start falling for someone else. Your partner might also feel the same, and then you both inevitably break up and move on. While most teen relationships don't last long, it's based on instinct and not actual love. But not all short teen relationships end up failing. Many quick relationships end up going on for years, and I have seen some of them firsthand. A relationship depends on the people involved. It's what you put towards it that makes it work. Okay, I see you. Okay, a relationship doesn't complete you, but you complete a relationship. It can be fun, it can be wild, and it can be worth it. It can be depressing, it can be taxing, and it can lead to harm. But as I say, it depends on who's involved in it. Now back to your question: is it worth being in a relationship during high school? It's not something for everyone, but it's worth a try. Fun fact: I have never been in a relationship. Wow. All right, yeah, he's like, oh my goodness, thank y'all so much for that. Let's check out the replies, bro. I probably won't be able to see this that good. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. No, let's see. Also, I'll go back and do that for the previous story. Take it from an old guy. High school relationships are building blocks to knowing who you are, how you are with another person, learning what to say and what not to say, and learning what you like or love in other people. It's all about experiences. Some good, some great, some not so. As most of us, oh man, the whites messed me up. As most of us know, we learn from our mistakes. Just think about that person later in your life that you really want. You want to be learning then, or learned. Be careful and protect yourself from physical harm, and know that there will be many ups and downs, but it was worth it to me and others around me. Peace. Okay, that's dope. That's dope. I bang with that. So yeah, I mean, the high school relationship worth it, bro. Yes. You like any relationship that you see like value in, you should pursue it. That's personal advice for me. You know what I'm saying? This person is correct. I don't want to just assume it's a he, but this person is correct when they mean that most of those like intense spark butterfly like crushed feelings, those feelings will disappear in a while because it's an initial attraction. Like we like to see, it's like you see something new, and it is something new. But once it become a part of your life, that's when the real like tests come in, and that's why a lot of relationships don't make it past the honeymoon phase, which is usually like the first 3 months, honestly, or even shorter, depending on the people. But I mean, they said it perfectly right here. I agree. It depends on the people involved. If you solid, you solid, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I wouldn't don't a relationship should never define you, like teenager or not, like never in your life. They said it perfectly. Like you complete a relationship. Like a relationship don't complete you. You're your own person. Two wholes coming together, like two whole pieces coming together to become a bigger piece. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I bang with that. That was a good one. I thought that was very interesting because I know like in my teen years I definitely like overvalued that a lot. Sure, but I can say where I'm at now, like it's what the reply said. Like it's all about the experiences. Like you figure out what you need, you figure out what you want out of like failed relationships. So don't look at failed relationships as a bad thing. And at the end of the day, all relationships are risk, but you have to take risk in like to get to a higher position. It's just what it is. So yeah, just hey, keep God close and understand that God's gonna take you through times that aren't always gonna be great, and that's strictly for character development. It's just what it is. And you may not understand it, but you have to understand that sometimes you will probably never understand why things happen. Just gonna have to know that, hey, God don't make mistakes. I know for a lot of y'all that's not gonna be easy, but And all I can say, oh, I ain't even smacked the mic. And all I can say is I understand. I'm just speaking my perspective, you know? What is the most heartbreaking message slash text you ever received? I have a question. Yeah. It's blank back. What? She's dead. Wait, are you effing joking right now? No, you didn't know? She committed suicide. I thought you knew. I'm so sorry they had her funeral in August. Whoa. That's crazy, man. Could you imagine that? Wow. Hey, if you're seeing this video, I'm so sorry about that. Wow, that's rough. That's rough. All right, anyways, let's get into it though. We'll talk about it later. Met my high school sweetheart, who I'll call Luna, through a mutual friend. Thanks a lot that ended up in the same group therapy program. I call her every week after therapy to make sure she was okay. We started quote unquote dating. Quite a bit of time went by and the program ended. And even though we were still together, it had grown much more casual. Although quote unquote relationships when you're 14 years old are usually pretty casual by default. We were both seeing each other people as well as each other, but the times we did see each other were incredibly special. She struggled immensely with her mental health, as so did I. We were both in and out of hospitals. Wow, I'm sorry about that. So in April of 2014, when we were both 15, when she was admitted to a mental hospital, it didn't surprise me when a couple months went by and I hadn't heard anything from her. Long stays happen. Very true. And after a long stay, it can take a while to get back to talking to all your friends. I went about my life as normal. In November of that year, I messaged a friend of mine who went to the same school as Luna to ask him something. Our conversation ended, and I remember I had wanted to ask him if Luna was back in school, and that's when I got this message from him. I didn't believe it at first. How could this have happened? I didn't know. I later found out what happened. While in the hospital, she made a suicide attempt. Passed away a few months later in a coma. None of our friends had brought it up with me because they assumed I had already known, but I didn't. It's been years, and I still have this screenshot saved on my. Dang, damn. I'm speechless on that one. I'm very speechless. And you know what? I think there's a part of him that definitely feels that. I'm assuming it's to him. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all can call me sexist or whatever, misogynist. I'm sorry, bro. It's a habit. Like it is what it is. But you know that's tough though, for real. Cause like the worst part is I'm assuming he probably thought he could have did something about it if he would have known all the stuff going on beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Like people usually do that when somebody close to them commits suicide. Like I'll make a story time about my time experiencing somebody commit suicide. It wasn't nobody close to me, but it was somebody that I knew. And yeah, I didn't understand at the time because this happened when I was like 7, 8 years old. But as I got older, it started like it just started hitting, and like yeah, I could see. And you know what? He probably has a screenshot in his phone because if he gets rid of that screenshot, it's like getting rid of her. I promise you. I definitely get that. Wow. Like I said, I'm sorry about that, man. I really am. That's tough. And mental health is serious, y'all. Don't listen to nobody, bro. Like, and what I mean by that is like if you are not okay in the head, only you can know that. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody tell you what you are feeling, what you are. Like you have to take care of yourself. You have to prioritize yourself. Not let anybody tell you that mental health issues do not exist. None of that. I'm trying to tell you, because the more you neglect them, they're gonna get worse. You have to take care of them the moment they arise. Otherwise, it's like a snowball effect. It's gonna keep growing, and then you'll be dominated by it. So yeah, then unfortunately you can get to a point like this, where you don't even see value in your life. And to me, that's like the saddest thing ever because I know we're all here for a reason. I know. Even though in my opinion, like some people do exist for like straight destruction and like bad stuff, like that's still a reason. Like everybody's here for a reason. And that may sound messed up to y'all, but that's just my belief, bro. Like everybody here for a reason. It don't have to be a good reason, but I believe everybody's here for a reason. So someone to think that they don't have a place in this world, and I know there's a lot of people like that, especially teenagers. That's definitely sad for sure. But yeah, let's read these replies real quick. My dad's childhood best friend passed away last year from a heart attack, and he was not informed either. We went months without having any idea. Thankfully, we had a nice visit the Christmas before. Wow. Dang. Very long time. I understand for the family of the deceased, and there's a lot of things to be done, but not informing you guys. Jeez, that's a long time. I feel so bad. This just made me scared of one of my friends who was suicidal. I haven't texted her in quite some time, but when I do, I never get a reply. I called and she answered though, but that was months ago. I'm gonna call her and see if she's okay, but it's pretty late where I live and she is usually asleep, so I'm gonna call her tomorrow. OMG saying, if message, no reply. If called, said does not want to be disturbed. If I spam with messages, I'll get blocked. And she said, I don't want your sympathy. Please pretend nothing happened. What in the F and F do I have to do? Man, hey, look, I know there's a lot of y'all who's like gonna want to, like, you know what I'm saying, play the hero and really try to help people out of this. I'm gonna tell y'all the cruel truth. Like, this go for people who are like, you have to save yours. They have to save themselves, bro. Like, all you can do is just lead by example. Like, just hope that the way you carry yourself, that energy, that momentum you carry with yourself, it spreads. You know, that's all you can do. Because ultimately, people can only save themselves. Like, then they people with depression, only they can get themselves out of depression. Like, but if they're in a mindset where they think the depression will never end and they'll always be there, there's no hope. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing with people. You know, that's the thing with people like this. You know, like, they can really, you cannot do anything, bro. All you can do is be supportive. You know, tell them if they need anything, tell them how much they mean to you, all that stuff, just good words. But like, in terms of like being able to save them, you gotta let that go. You gotta let go of that savior like mentality. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, and that goes. I mean, that goes for normal people too. Well, I don't want to say normal people. That sounds alienating. That goes for people without these issues. You know, no matter what you're in, if you're broke, if you're this, if you're that, you have to save yourself. Like, nobody is obligated to get you out of your situation. None of that. Like, be appreciative of the help that comes along, but understand ultimately it is your responsibility to save yourself. That's just what it is. For the people who are trying to help out, I mean, like these people are doing, you know, just call, check up. That's all you can do though. And if that person needs more help, they'll come to you. I promise. So, hope you called her. I did. That's not getting better. I don't know what to do. Her mom is abusive, both physically and mentally. I'm gonna start calling her every chance I get. I'm also gonna ask one of my old teachers to help. If you have any tips, please give me some. Let's see. Important thing is to also make sure you don't get too involved and make her problems your own. What I just tell y'all, I'm telling y'all, man, do not do that. Because you're gonna end up stressing yourself out. I'm trying to tell you. My first girlfriend depression and not great parents. Let's see. And it was easy for me to take her problems as something I had to help with. Important to remember to take care of yourself too if you're reaching out. Because that's exactly what usually happens. You will get so focused on that person's issue that you will start neglecting yourself. When you start neglecting yourself, you're not going to be able to help the same way you was helping before. I'm trying to tell y'all. So always prioritize yourself first. Not be afraid to tell people like, hey, look, I need to take care of myself. I need to get myself right. If you hadn't gotten good sleep the days before, hey, I need to get good sleep. Hey, I need to get my stuff together. Hey, I need to take care of some things. Understand that yes, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing that you have a big heart and you want to help out people, but it's your life. Like, you still need to take care of your life, you know, without a doubt, because ain't nobody else gonna do that. I don't have an obligation to help her. Honestly, the best things you can do is support her and get a trusted adult involved in the situation, especially a teacher. So I think you're on the right path. Yeah, like, that's really all you can do. And it sucks. It does. It sucks a lot. Like, bro, you know, it's not a day that goes by that you will never feel bad and powerless. Ultimately, there will never be a day you'll go and you will not feel powerless. You will always feel powerless. But that's where prayer come in. You gotta keep praying, keep just leading by example, you know. Like, if you're with somebody who lacks confidence, just have confidence in yourself and keep exercising that, and that will spread. But that in prayer, you can't lose. But understand, you gotta be patient. Ultimately, that person can only pull themselves out that hole. But yeah, you know, this is a new thing I'm trying out. This is very interesting. I really like this story out of all of them. You know, let's see the replies to this one where it was like, what adult did you teach? Let's see. Oh, we got 406. Oh man. My little sister had an interview at 16 about options after school. She said she wanted to go to Oxford University to study. The teacher asked if that was her ambition or the ambition of our feisty mom. My sister looked at him astonished. Our mother has never pushed anything on us, but has always supported us fully. He asked, so you're telling me your mother would be happy if you wanted to be a hairdresser? She was so smug when she told us. She said she was a hairdresser. Is there something supposed to be wrong with that? Oh, that's crazy. My mother told our grandfather she didn't want to go to university, but instead wanted to be a hairdresser. He insisted she did it to the best of her ability. She went away to the London College of Arts, Fashion, and studied chemistry of hair colors, the history of hair design, and she learned to make wigs by hand rather than just cut hair. That is what this woman should have said. Great, you want to be a hairstylist. How can you be one of the best? Wow. It makes me furious when I hear people say you have to go to a college or university. There are a lot of unemployed university or college students. How often do you hear of anyone with a trade being unemployed? That's facts. You know, trades are definitely underrated, bro. Definitely. People are always going to need electricians, plumbers, and masonry. I'm pronouncing that thing so wrong, bro. Carpentry, all that stuff. But basically, people always going to need, like, people who do the grunt work. People always going to need electricity. People always going to need carpet. People always going to need houses built. You know, people always going to need plumbing. So, yeah, you know, 100%, 100%. Yeah, those advisors for options after school are a real joke. I don't know anyone who was helped by those. Well, my second daughter took their basic inventory. They said that she would be a good as an auctioneer. We just laughed. Her older sister said that she wanted to be a teacher, so took that training. I'm telling you, bro, this small like aspect ratio messing me up. And when my second daughter graduated from high school, she told everyone who asked that she wanted to teach music at a university. After her music degree, she was teaching at the local university for a few years until she got accepted and a scholarship or bursary into a master's program. So after 3 degrees, that's what she is doing. And one of her friends introduced her to her husband. He is a music history professor who was presenting at a conference. They are a great match. Someone told me they are sapiosexual. Okay, hold up. I'm sorry, y'all. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I be off social media, so it's like I be off the grid. You feel me? Like without a doubt. Finding intelligent. Oh, okay. I got you. So it's basically you find intelligent sexually attractive. I mean, isn't that everybody? Don't nobody's turned on by a dumb person. Anyways, bro, she was looking for someone to equal a higher intelligence. Even signed up for a Mensa test when she started university, but the pool in our city was really limited. Wow, that's crazy, man. All right, we're gonna read the last one because obviously a lot of people feel the way about this. Let me tell you, any parents out there, or any parents for that matter, who sneer at the trades, do so at their children's peril. My husband and I were both professionals, and when our children, now middle age, were in high school, they were always steered away from any interest in any trade program. Well, our daughter and son both won scholarships for furthering their education in the trade of their choice, and we heartily encourage them with the belief that when you love something, you will be successful. 1000%. You would not believe the amount of peers of ours advise us not to allow them to do these studies. That wouldn't we prefer if they went to a university, etc. I remember being really, really angry. One, the hairstylist going to tech school to complete. Today, she's an executive in a company that services the hair beauty industry and makes way more than a number of her peers who went into teaching or nursing, etc. The other became... I need to get some water, boy. The other became an industrial electrician and works for one of the largest mines in North America. I can guarantee you that he and his family are certainly enjoying the fruits of their labors. She's a part-time hairstylist as well. And most importantly, they are very happy. Dog, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. At the end of the day, you are at a crossroad, you do not know what to do with your life. Bro, figure out what you like to do. And just stick with that. Like I'm trying to tell y'all, man. And I promise y'all, the success is going to come. Not succumb to the society expectations. You are your own person. You have your own life. God has a plan for you. You need to pursue whatever God is having you, whatever talent God put in you. You need to just use that. Trust me, you'll find your way to it. Sure. I promise. I pray all y'all do. You know, it took a while for me to realize that I want to do this YouTube thing, man. I was in community college for like 4 years doing computer science. And, you know, computers are cool and all, but do I like coding? not really. You know what I'm saying? Or any of the other stuff. It just didn't really fascinate me. So like I would only do that stuff for like the money, you know? And it's just like nah. So after I got my associates, you know, I was gonna go to university to get my bachelor's, but I was like, nah, I'm not passionate in it. And then, like I said, I was on financial aid, but like I was gonna start taking out loans. So I was like, I'm not gonna take out big amount of money for something I'm not passionate in. That's just kind of stupid to me. But I ain't, let's not say stupid. That's goofy to me. But you know, to each his own. That's just me. But yeah, nonetheless, man, that was crazy for sure. You know, y'all like these kind of videos, man, drop a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Comment any core stories y'all got that y'all want me to read. I'm always open to anything. Also, if y'all want any videos, if there's any videos y'all want me to react to, just put in the comments, all that good stuff. Dede, y'all take care of yourselves. Drink water. Love yourselves. Appreciate yourself. Realize you're here for a reason, and every one of you are special in your own way. I promise. I promise. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And don't worry, if you're in these early 20s like me, I'm 22, understand, you're not going to have it all together. And you do not want to peak early. So do not beat yourself up if you see your peers, you see other people in a certain hierarchy or something. Do not do that. Understand you got your own pace, you got your own, you know, journey. And you never want to peak early. But yeah, nonetheless, no, on my block. And I'm spinning.